If you love to cook at home, those tasty recipes often call for herbs like rosemary, parsley, and basil. And those spices aren't always cheap. The good news is that you can grow many of those fresh herbs at home. Lauren Davis asked a garden pro how to do it in today's Life Hack.
Now that the weather is warming up, it's a great time to start thinking about planting. Growing plants is something that you can do at your own home. And in this Life Hack series, I'm going to show you some complementary tips to grow herbs at home. Herbs can either be grown from a seed or a starter plant. And if you're a beginner, starter plants are easier and less time consuming.
I would say starting with a fully established plant is probably a lot easier. Then you don't have to worry about your germination rates or anything like that. And you're already kind of off to the races with what we've got to offer here.
And while each herb has its own type of care, Emerson says they all start with basic maintenance.
Most herbs, again, are very easy to go. Most don't really need a lot of fertilizer, a very small amount, like they won't need necessarily as much as a petunia or something like that. Usually keeping them well moist is a good general option. There's a few that like to go a little bit drier. Of your rosemary and lavender kind of like to dry out a little bit more so than, say, a basil likes to be kept consistently moist.
So why should you grow your herbs instead of just buying them? Emerson says there's many reasons, but the main one is it saves you money in the long run.
Buying a container and then, being like, I only needed to use half of that and you have to throw half of it away. Well, you just threw away $3 there. With a plant, you can trim, wait for it to grow back, and you have it fresh each and every time. And also, in terms of pesticides and stuff, you know exactly what you're putting on your plant when you put it into the soil.
When it comes to potting, Emerson says that's up to you. You can use a ceramic pot, a metal pot, or even a plastic pot. He says make sure the pots are slightly bigger than what the plant originally came in. For KX News, I'm Lauren Davis.
Most people you ask would also tell you that fresher is always better. Emerson says that while many herbs are more of inside plants, you can plant those herbs outside when the weather is warm enough.